This sucks. So we noticed a few different hives with very little activity, and I've been going through to check to see if they're queen right. One was not, but we had found a hive with 2 queens. So we found one of those queens and moved her over into that hive after checking to make sure they weren't going to ball her up or attack her. And then we just came into the 3rd one, and anybody know what this damage is made from? I do. If you know, leave a comment down below. But this is the worst I've seen. And honey supers that should have been filled are not. All right, and you could probably guess from looking at that. And this is what a wax moth infestation looks like. And as we get further down in, it's just gonna get worse. So what do? You smush the adults. You freeze the frames. And next year you give it back to a really strong population. There's not much else to do here. This hive is going to be completely dead out, or they would have started cleaning this up, or they absconded. Why do you need to freeze the frames, you might ask? Because these pests have laid eggs everywhere. And if you don't freeze the frames, they will hatch in whatever hive you put them in. So you need to freeze the frames for 24 to 48 hours.
Wow. Hold on.
To make sure you've killed, frozen all of. That's what the wax moth larva looks like. And they will chew their way through the wax, leaving behind trails of excrement everywhere they go. It has not been that long since we were in this hive. We pulled honey. Checked for mites, put down a treatment. And this is the next time we're in the hive, and it's just disgusting.
How long do you think they took to do this?
It looks like they've been here a while. So I'm kind of doing an autopsy of a dead out. Look at that. That's all just disgusting. So what could have happened? You know, potentially we put the treatment in. Maybe it was a smaller colony and the treatment was heavy enough that it overwhelmed them and they left. And the wax moths would have smelled the wax and moved right in them almost immediately. So potentially 3-4 weeks. Absolutely. You'll see these telltale trails where the larvae have worked their way through the comb. This is the wax moth. Wax moths leave these trails. The slime, that's hive beetle infestation. Sorry. Important distinction. So if you find all this fuzz, you've got wax moths. If you find slime, and your hive has been slimed out, that is small hive beetle infestation. All right, so we've got some work to do here and a sad text to send off to the beekeeper. Willowbrook apiaries, happy bees, healthy honey. Unhappy bees, unhealthy bees, mess. God bless.